since the Ukraine-Russia war kicked off, you must have seen people posting Zelensky's videos on their social media. In a few of them, Zelensky is seen as a soldier too. But what if there is another side of the story? What if, just like Putin is accused of propaganda, Zelensky too has taken a leaf out of Putin's alleged propaganda manual? Hi and welcome to TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host, Tejasvi Malhotra. And if you haven't subscribed to the TFI English channel yet, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates. Coming back to the story in this video, I'm here to elaborate on the other side of the Ukraine-Russia story. Let's begin. Warfare is simple. You destroy the enemy, you win, and you get to rewrite history. Additionally, you can also guide the future of the territory you have won. But internet has changed this dynamic. Now, along with militaristic war, there is also a war of narratives. The Ukraine-Russia war is not any different. Turns out, United Nations has now blamed the Zelensky administration for committing war crimes. In its latest investigative report, United Nations has highlighted how Ukrainian forces used the better side of humanity as a tool against Russian forces. Within weeks of the war getting kicked off, Russian forces were accused of destroying a nursing home in the eastern region of Luhansk. Russian soldiers were accused of killing more than 50 people in what was termed a brutal and unprovoked attack. The official Ukrainian implication was that the Russian forces did not need to attack hospital as it did not pose any danger to them. But the UN investigation found that the attack was actually a provoked one. According to the investigation, management had requested Ukrainian authorities to evacuate the residents. But Ukrainian forces had apparently blocked the roads by mining the surrounding area. Not only that, Zelensky's army even entered the nursing home, effectively making it the target of Russian forces. It is pertinent to note that by entering the nursing home, Ukrainian authorities would be in a win-win situation. Let's see how. If there is an army inside a civil area, and that too like a hospital, it is highly unlikely that they would be subject to firing by the opposition forces, in this case, the Russians. Though this rule is not always followed, still, by and large, armed forces try to avoid such situations in which they would have to kill civilians. Simply put, by making civilians into a shield, Ukraine forces wanted to corner the Russian army and the rebel groups allegedly supported by Russia. But the firing eventually took off, though it is not clear who started it. In that scenario, the second objective of the Ukrainian administration was fulfilled. Right from the beginning, Ukraine has been demanding sympathy from the global community. What does this sympathy mean? Well, it is billions and billions of dollars and more arms to allegedly save Ukrainian civilians from the Russian onslaught. By stating that the Russian armed forces did not even spare the hospital, Zelensky's administration could switch the emotional cord of the Western powers. And they did it brilliantly. Luhansk governor used emotionally manipulative phrases like Russian occupiers who shot at close range from a tank to invoke sentiments. He also termed the offense as cynical and deliberate. The office of Ukraine's Prosecutor General Irina Venediktova termed it as treacherous actions. This is not the only fighting which is blamed on both sides. A PBS and Associated Press series called Frontline has pointed out various other brutalities in civilian areas for which the Russian establishment is not the only culprit to blame for. Presenting a one-sided story and playing the victim card helps Ukraine rake up a lot of money. The USA, the European Union, World Bank, among others, have now pledged billions of dollars to the Ukrainian government, apparently in the name of fighting for democracy and human rights. Moreover, the military-industrial complex of the US is also supporting Ukrainian armed forces by supplying it with arms. The new investigation has shed a light on how propaganda can blindside billions of people. War is not strictly a competition between people of two countries. In modern day and age, it is more of a disagreement between two ideologies. Common people have nothing to do with these ideologies. They just want a peaceful life with their families and friends. Any force disrupting it deserves a trial equivalent to that of the Nuremberg trial, which the Nazis faced after the end of World War II. Oh, by the way, Azov Battalion, currently fighting from Ukraine, was once banned by the same United States for having a neo-Nazi tilt.